Today, we're diving into something that's been on my mind lately, the idea of welfare in society, especially when it comes to the role of big corporations and their leaders. What do you think about the responsibility these leaders have towards the people who've helped build their success?
That's a really thought-provoking question. Well, we've all seen how big businesses grow, and a lot of that success comes from public support. But as these corporations expand, don't you think the responsibility of the company owners also grows? They should give back, right?
Exactly. The idea here is that, as the heads of these corporations become more powerful and influential, they have to step into roles that benefit society. But it's not just about donations or material support. It's deeper than that. They need to become leaders, almost like fathers, guiding and protecting the public. But is that the reality today?
Not exactly. Right now, the focus is still on profits. The owners grow their businesses, but they don't always know what to do with their success in terms of societal contribution. And let's be real, their wives, often playing the role of mothers, could be doing so much more than just charity work.
Right, it's interesting how the wives of these corporate leaders are positioned as the mothers of the nation. The theory goes that when a nation faces hardship, the mother figure, in this case the wives, should feel that pain and act on it. But many of these women have been encouraged to simply donate or raise awareness, which doesn't really solve the deeper issues.
Exactly. It's like they've been taught, just donate money, but no one's showing them how to tackle the core problems. Instead, they turn their backs, thinking that donating money isn't enough. But imagine if they really took charge and started solving societal issues from within.
That's the key, taking an inward approach. The idea is that while the heads of corporations handle the external growth, their wives should focus on the internal, societal issues. They could spearhead welfare foundations to tackle the deeper causes of hardship, beyond just handing out aid.
Yeah, it's about research, not just charity. They should be researching how to make lasting changes, not just giving material support. The Welfare Foundation could be a place where intellectuals, community leaders, and those with expertise come together to find real solutions.
And here's the thing, when a corporation makes huge profits, like say 2 trillion won, if the public demands 1 trillion back in contributions, is that really fair? It doesn't make sense. The idea is that big corporations should invest some of their profits into social welfare projects, without just being expected to hand over money.
That's a great point. It's not about just demanding donations. The wives, as the mothers of the nation, could organize projects that focus on solutions, not just charity. When these leaders contribute in meaningful ways, they earn the respect of the people, right?
Exactly. The heads of these big corporations should be seen as the fathers of the people, leading the way for national growth. But that requires them to fulfill their responsibilities, both outwardly, in business, and inwardly, in social welfare.
But here's where it gets tricky. Right now, we don't really have any examples of corporate leaders or their wives stepping up as these ideal father and mother figures of the nation. So is it fair to even expect them to take on that role?
That's the challenge. They're supposed to lead and care for the nation, but many aren't doing it. The question is, what's holding them back? And where do we go from here?
Well, the reality is, until we have a few visionary leaders stepping up, setting this example, it's going to be hard for the rest of society to follow. It's a collective effort. Everyone needs to be on board, from the leaders down to the ordinary people.
Absolutely. Without a united effort, no significant change can happen. It has to start with the top leaders, setting the tone for the rest of society. Only then can we begin to reshape welfare in a way that actually benefits everyone.
And that's where the real paradigm shift happens. When leadership understands its role not just in business, but in the very fabric of society. It's a delicate balance between power, responsibility, and care for the people.
Exactly. It's a new way of thinking about welfare, a holistic, integrated approach, where both the corporate leaders and their wives take active roles in shaping a better society. It all begins with this new paradigm, one that we hope will eventually emerge.
It's a long road, but it starts with the right vision at the top. It's time for a change, don't you think?
For sure. And this conversation will continue in our next episode. Let's see what this new paradigm really looks like in action.